They told you no, they lost interest, they walked away, and now you can't stop thinking about it. But here's the secret no one tells you. Rejection isn't the end. It's a psychological state you can reverse, because rejection isn't about you, it's about perception. And once you understand how the mind codes value, loss, and attraction, you can make the same person who rejected you start chasing you. This isn't manipulation, it's emotional intelligence turned into strategy. Stay with me, because what you're about to learn can turn any no into a wait, maybe. Rejection hurts because your brain interprets it as social death. It activates the same regions that process physical pain. But here's what's fascinating. That same pain also triggers the reward system. Why? Because your brain becomes obsessed with restoring balance. It wants to win back what was lost. Now flip that around. If you can trigger that same imbalance inside the person who rejected you, their brain starts chasing you to restore their equilibrium. That's the psychology of reversal. So, before anything else, you must stop acting rejected. Because every action that screams, "I need closure," reinforces their dominance. The first step to reversing rejection is to emotionally detach, even before they expect you to. The human mind hates empty space. It fills it with meaning, stories, and assumptions. When someone rejects you, they expect you to react, to plead, explain, or fade away in silence. When you don't, their brain panics. That silence becomes a psychological void, and what happens next is critical. They start wondering why you didn't fight for them. They start projecting meaning. Did I misjudge them? Were they more confident than I thought? Did I lose something valuable? That's the first seed of reversal, curiosity. The trick, vanish with emotional dignity. No revenge posts, no cryptic stories, no passive-aggressive messages. You become a black hole, calm, unreadable, untouchable. They'll start to feel your absence like gravity. Psychology 101. We value what's scarce. When you were rejected, your value dropped. Not because you changed, but because you became too available for judgment. Now, to reverse it, you must engineer scarcity. Here's how. Step 1. Limit digital exposure. Disappear from their social radius for at least 21 days. No likes, no views, no indirect contact. Their dopamine loop will look for the micro hits your attention used to give them. Step 2. Reappear improved, not exaggerated, just sharper. New projects, new look, new energy. Step 3. Let mutual circles carry the story. Humans trust social proof more than self-promotion. When they hear from others that you've changed, curiosity turns into attraction. They'll begin to rewrite the story of the rejection. What if I let go of something that was just starting to evolve? That's not fantasy. It's the brain's way of reconciling inconsistency through cognitive dissonance. Here's the dark psychological truth. Whoever controls the story controls the emotion. When someone rejects you, they think they've defined the narrative. I ended it. I moved on. To reverse rejection, you quietly take that authorship back. How? By reframing what happened, not through words, but through action. Instead of acting abandoned, act as though you made a deliberate selection. Your mindset shifts from, "They left me," to, "I tested them, and they failed to see my value." This is powerful because perception is contagious. If you move through the world as though you were the chooser, people mirror it. And when that energy reaches the person who rejected you, their mind struggles. They experience role confusion. Their subconscious whispers, "Wait, was I the one rejected?" And once that thought enters, you've begun the reversal. Rejection can't be reversed through logic. It's reversed through emotion. So here's the method. You must reassociate your presence with the emotion they crave most. Ask yourself, what did they seek from you that they never fully got? Was it validation, calm, Admiration? Mystery? Now, embody that quality publicly. If they wanted peace, show peace. If they wanted excitement, show purpose. If they wanted control, show freedom. The subconscious mind doesn't separate real from symbolic. When they see you being that energy, their old emotional pathways reignite. And this time it hurts, because they no longer have access to it. That's how emotional deprivation flips into desire. Here's where most people fail. They confuse detachment with pretending not to care. True indifference isn't cold, it's centered. It's when your self-worth no longer depends on how someone perceives you. Psychologically, that energy is magnetic. When someone feels you don't need them, but you're still open, calm, grounded, it triggers a status reevaluation. Their mind starts asking, how did they recover so fast? Why are they so composed? What did I miss? That's when curiosity turns to pursuit. Reversal isn't revenge. It's evolution so complete it becomes undeniable. Eventually, they'll reach out. A like, a text, a subtle test. When that happens, do not rush. Remember, they're not returning for closure. They're testing your emotional control. Respond with warmth, not weakness. Acknowledge, don't chase. Keep responses short, genuine, balanced. You're teaching their brain a new association, that your presence now equals stability, depth, and self-value. And once the mind associates you with emotional strength instead of emotional need, the reversal is complete. They'll begin to chase what once rejected you because it now represents growth. Rejection isn't failure, it's feedback. It's your invitation to rebuild your value in silence. Reverse rejection not by chasing approval, but by mastering perception, timing, and emotional control. Detach first. Create voids. Evolve visibly. Rewrite the story. Trigger emotion. And let indifference do the rest. Because the goal was never to win them back. It was to become someone they'll never forget losing. If this resonated, subscribe, because the next episode reveals how to make someone obsessed with your absence. Welcome back to Dark Psychology Codes, where emotion becomes strategy and the mind becomes your greatest weapon.